Hey, hey, what's happening?
Yep, for some fun in the sun.
Check it out.
Let's get in the water.
We got seagulls, sandpipers,
Clams and oysters.
all here in the Ipswich Bay, Massachusetts.
Let's go! Here we are on the beach getting ready to go check out some waves. I'm going to go jump in the water and have some fun. Today's episode, we're going to go lobstering, see some whales jumping around, and maybe have a little bite to eat. Are you ready to go? Come on, follow me. Heading out of the harbor in the Merrimack River, our destination, Jeffrey's Ledge, off the east coast of Massachusetts and New Hampshire. Our quest is seeking the majestic creature of the sea, in particular, the humpback whale. These baleen whales are known to grow 60 feet and roughly weigh 40 tons. Rather than teeth, they have 270 to 400 fringed, overlapping plates hanging down from each side of their jaws, called baleen plates. These plates are made of keratin, which is what human hair and fingernails are made of. Humpbacks hunt in packs of 2 to 6 whales. They use their sonar to locate schools of fish. A hunting method unique to humpbacks is called bubble netting. Air bubbles are blown around the prey to corral them while the whales take turns lunging and feeding while discarding excess water through their baleen plates. Humpback whales can also be seen repeatedly slapping their tails and fins to stun the fish found on the surface of the water. Humpbacks feast for the summer months and live off their reserve energy and the stored resources found in their blubber for the rest of the year. An awesome sight to see, these graceful, peaceful beings traveling on their journey to and fro should be witnessed and experienced by all. In keeping with the tradition of teaching our youth about preservation and conservation of our oceans and its inhabitants, we must be vigilant with protecting our natural environments for these species. Hi, this is Captain Rick. On today's adventure, we're going lobstering with Captain Vinny and Rachel. This is the coolest thing we're going to do this year. Can't wait. I love it. Catch you in a little bit. Let's go. Ready?
I love being out on my boat, heading out to sea with the fresh air, my seagull friends, how the sun glistens off the water to us and reflects. My name is Vinny Burridge. I lobster out of Ipswich on the Lone Shark, which is the last boat built in Ipswich at the Lanson's Boat Shop. It was the last boat he built in 1980, and I have been lobstering with it ever since I have owned it. We go out almost every day from May till December. It's very peaceful out there, and we have many seagulls that we can talk to and play with, and we do catch a lot of lobsters. We fish around 480 traps. We pulled 240 a day, and we're doing it every day since 1980. And the boat has been very nice to me, which is, I say, the last boat built in Ipswich in 1980, and we've been working it ever since. All right, here we go with the trap up over the rail. I'm gonna pull it in the boat. Open the door up, look in the back. I grab the lobsters out. There's a few in there, we see. Put them on the rail of the boat, and there we are, a little trap table here. I've made the dividers on the table here to put them in. That way they're not together, and they'll bite off each other's claws. And here we are banding a lobster. This is how you band lobsters. And Rachel's banding one right now. She's going to throw it into a barrel behind us. That's where we keep the lobsters. We call the lobster tank. And that'll hold about 250 pounds. We're riding along here now. We're going to get ready to set the trawl back in the water. And we're going to head up the beach and reset this trawl. And there she goes, feeding over. And that's all the rope attached to it. Every trap is attached to that line for about 800 feet. And there's a few crabs, and there they go. Another trap going overboard. There's 8 of them. And once they go, we take off to the next trawl. And we pull another trawl right here. It's coming up, and there's Richie Pheasanton's buoy behind us. He's kind of tangled with them. But that's okay. And we're going to pull the trail up on the boat. Open this door up, and look there's a few lobsters in there for us. Okay, get this door open. We're gonna pull them out, put them on the table, measure them. This here's a female. It's too big, I can't take it though. It's over 5 inches.
With a federal permit, you can take over 5 inches, but now with state.
Yep, so I'm gonna V-notch it. And right here's your V-notch. You're gonna beat this up. Right here. Second flipper in. Go like this. Like this here. This here is a female lobster. Little flippers here. This guy here, see the prongs? Got prongs on it. That's your male lobster. It's got one claw. They call that a cow or a bullet. Another cow. It's a female though. It's V. It'll take up 5 to 7 years to grow a new claw. Face right here.
Vinny,
Yes.
the most important question we got over here, why do lobsters come in?
The purpose for a lobster to come inshore is to shed their shell. They'll come in at like 25 feet. They'll spend like a month or so there till they shed their shells. Then they go a little bit bigger. So they'll start at like 25, 30 feet. They'll sit there and get hard for a little bit, harden up. Then they're very hungry. When they get hungry, they go into the traps and we put the bait in. After that, they start making their way back out, the ones we don't catch. They make their way back out to spend the winter out there in the Gulf Stream because the Gulf water is very warm out there for them. The water here gets a little on the cold side. So that's where they're heading for. Go back out, come springtime, they come back into shore again to shed their shells again and do the same thing over and over. And at the end of a season, come out here and all you do is catch big egg bearers. That's the last thing to go out, and that's the egg bearers. When they go out, you know it's all over in here. You have to start heading offshore with them to stay with them if you want.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Yes.
So basically, you know, they come in here to also, when they molt, they also hide in the rocks so they don't get eaten. They're
Yes,
susceptible to get eaten when they're soft.
When they come in the shore, the male lobster will get a nice little hole back in, like a little, you know, to hide out in.
Yeah.
And as he's in there, the female comes up to the hole and she does a little like a piss, like a dog, get that scent for the male. The male will come out and he will impregnate the lobster. She'll go back into the hole, which he will protect the hole so nobody gets that female lobster. And then they'll shed their shells, and when they do that, she'll come back out with all her eggs, drop all the eggs, and they'll float to the surface for a little bit, then they sink back down again. They'll be all that big. Some make it, some don't.
So you showed us a few egg bearers and all that stuff there. Do they stay on the female for how long?
Up to 6 months,
Oh,
maybe a
that's
little
a
bit
long
longer.
time.
Yes,
Wow.
it's like a little gel that they held on to.
Is there like a temperature thing that kind of does it for the temperature of the water, and then they kind of
Yes, when they molt their shells to like a new shell, they want to be in warmer waters. So basically, when they do shed their shell up like 6 months or so, they will, you know, later the eggs will drop for them.
So when they mate over in here in shallow waters, do they go out there with the eggs and then come back in here in the springtime and all that, and that's when they kind of get rid of the eggs?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Some will drop their eggs in here before they head out. Some will go back out and they'll keep them eggs curled under their tail till the water warms up again.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Then they make their way back and opens the tail and the eggs will release.
Oh, Mother Nature's pretty,
Yes, yeah.
resourceful for all that
Yes.
stuff.
You get a lobster, say that big, you throw it back over, they call them stripers, a striped bass fish. They come up and they'll mow down on that lobster and eat them.
Now,
So
let's
you-
swallow them whole?
Yes,
They got
swallow them
the
whole.
teeth. Wow.
So a lot of times with a little lobster, I'll leave it in the trap, send it back over, make the bottom, leave escape hatches in the traps where that little lobster can get back out, and he's more or less protected that way.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And also on the traps, you also have the traps eventually, if you lose the traps, they'll eventually, the little doors or escape hatch will rot away so the lobsters don't get trapped in there.
Yes, the trap doors have a biodegradable clip.
Right.
After that clip rusts out, the escape hatch will open up and back and forth, and the lobsters, a lot of them can get back out after that.
Oh, so you mean, that way they can catch them again, that way they don't trap them in.
Yes,
So-
if they get out and shed their shells, come next year, they could be of size where you can take them.
Oh, here's another great question. Now, why did you name the boat Lone Shark?
Lone, Lone Shark. It's because we were out here on our own, by ourselves, so it became the Lone Shark, like Lone Wolf.
Right.
But we're the Lone Shark.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I love it, that's great.
Sure.
So, how many commercial fishermen around in Ipswich Bay area?
Well, at one time, back in the 80s, the early 90s, there had to be at least 12 of us. They all retired or they all died.
Yeah.
And I stuck it out, and I kind of became the last commercial fisherman that goes all the time. We do it every day, me and Rachel. This is our job every day. Some days it's very foggy out, and I can't see from me to Rachel. It's like maybe, 8 feet, 9 feet. And you gotta hang your head over the bow and you gotta look.
Wow.
And other days it rains out so hard, you can't see either. You get a big nor'easter, you get a huge swell, big waves, you get up and over the swells. Some days it's windy with a chop, like about a 2-3 foot chop, and the water's going everywhere, but you go through it. Come late in the fall, say November, I bring all my traps home and I take my boat out before the snow flies. And all winter long, I'll go dig clams, soft-shell clams, up inside Ipswich River. And that's what I do for the winter time. So I'm always on the water, 24/7 all year.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for doing all this. This is wonderful.
Okay.
I love it.
All right.
So I'm here with Rachel, first mate of the Lone Shark over here. So Rachel, what's your favorite job to do on the boat over here?
Feed the seagulls.
Yeah? Well, it's way cool. You got pets of them, right? When you go back over here, we got U10.
That's she's a mother.
Right.
U10.
And who do we got on the top half over here?
Vinny has a lot of blackbacks. 4T5 is one, and then there's like a mom and dad, right?
Yeah.
There's a couple.
So, okay, now on the traps themselves, what are the size of the traps? How big are they, the width and all that stuff? Do you have any idea?
3 feet long.
3 feet long? Yeah.
About 2 feet wide.
Right, and so you have a parlor and you have a feeding area.
A kitchen and a parlor.
Kitchen and a parlor.
Kitchen,
right.
you put the bait.
Right. Then they just do their little things and they go back into the parlor and hang out, so you got to pick them up and all that stuff. It's basically 10 minutes or so to take out one whole line, right?
A trawl, yeah.
Right. And basically you have what, 100 feet total line on it, do you think?
No, it's like 80 to 100 feet in between each trap.
Oh, okay.
So you have the two end lines, but then in between each one, it's like 75 to 100 feet.
And you guys decided 8 because 8 fits on the boat. If you had a bigger boat, it'd be more and all that stuff.
Right.
Okay, it's cool. It's always kind of neat the way they slide off the back of the boat.
Try to keep the rope untangled.
And not like me, you get your finger crushed on the claw when you're putting the bands on it, which was the dumbest thing I've done.
It happens.
That's the way things are on the boat and all that stuff. All right, well that's cool. Hopefully we'll get on to the next little thing and the next episode, little part of what we're doing.
Yeah.
And pull up some more traps.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, thanks. That was great. All right, all right. Trawl. Every 100 feet of the rope, the trap goes over. I hold the last one, I push it, and it starts all going over, all 8 traps. I'm going to set this one right now. Here we go. Done lobstering, going home. Yeah. Me and my first mate right here, my best girl.
Hi. Bye.
Best work I've ever had.
Bye.
Okay, here we are. It's the end of the season. You see the traps on the beach. We bring those home. That's our first load. We throw them on the beach. And the second load we bring up to the town wharf. And as you can see on the boat, we have a big clump of rope. This is after a northeaster we just had. It's all balled up. There's 2 trawls here. You have to untangle it all. I know there are 380 traps to go, and they're all tangled out in the bay, and we hope to get them home. This here holds 24 traps in one load. It's big enough. We'll bring this home, come back to the rest later on. We have a few over here still to go. But we will be back together. But look out for the people up on the beach. They think they're all for free, and they're not. People come down here and they think they can take them home. Yeah, and we're at the town wharf. We all saw Pete and Marshall. Those are a couple of good friends of ours. They lobster too here and there, but they're good friends and they do help us. Meanwhile, she's working on putting the traps on the truck, 24, and she's pumped the last one up, and we're off to dump this load and get some more over here and return. See this trap here? This trap has been down for a long time. You can see the muscles on it. Somebody left it behind, a non-commercial guy, and they just leave them out there. And this is what happens to them. And we pull them up in our traps, and it's not good. It's just too heavy. And I'm the captain, and she here is my stern man, the best stern man I have. As you saw earlier, she was loading the truck up. That's her job.
around.
Okay, here we go.
Make it
Ready?
very presentable.
Yeah.
There we go.
I got a bad claw.
I gave it to him first. I want to thank my mom, Cappy, and my sister, Tammy, but most of all, I want to thank Captain Vinny and Rachel for taking us out into Ipswich Bay and educating us about lobsters. Thank you for watching. See you later. Love you. Bye-bye.
Pass the butter.